Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of How Not to AI, the art of prompting. First of all, a big thank you to everyone for coming to my channel to visit this video. So, before we start, I would like to share with you all the context on why I have created this channel and what is the goal and vision, what I want to do with this channel. So basically, I have seen people struggling when it comes to different AI tools and large language models. So my sole purpose is to basically teach everyone what I have learned in the AI domain from past 2.5 years. So I want to share all my experiences, all my learnings, failures, know-hows with the YouTube community, so that based on my experiences, someone could take some learning and put it into their day-to-day work and get to do their work in a faster, efficient, and a better manner. Now, I want to also apologize to you all for actually being late with this video. So I know you guys are actually looking into my shorts, and there I have posted that I will be releasing this video on 20th of September. But since this is my first video, I was not having the know-how of YouTube platforms and the tools. So because of that reason, I was not able to actually compile and post this video on YouTube on the desired date. But nonetheless, better late than never. So let's start with the video where I will be teaching you about all the mistakes what people are doing right now when it comes to different AI LLM tools available online, what people are majorly focusing and what they are doing wrong, and what should be the strategy to actually use these tools when it comes to produce some quantitative and qualitative work. So all of these things I will cover in this video. So let's start with the topic. So many of you already know about prompting. At least that is what I'm expecting. If you are on my channel, you already know about AI, generative AI, prompting, and all these terminologies. Nonetheless, if there is someone who is just out of curiosity on this channel who want to know about this and doesn't know anything about these terminologies, I'll just give a brief introduction. So, AI is a field of artificial intelligence. Generative AI is a field of artificial intelligence where large language models are running in the backend, which will actually help you to do your work faster, efficient, and in a qualitative manner. But these large language models, they are the language based models, and if you want them to do something, you need to actually come up with a textual command to give them the understanding what you want these large language models to do, and that is basically what is called as prompting. So prompting is basically what you write on these large language models, or what command you give these large language models to get an output, in simple terminologies basically. And these large language models are nothing but various AI tools that are right now available in market. In simple terminologies, your chat gpt, your Google Gemini, your Perplexity, all of these run on different large language models, which are actually giving giving these tools power to solve your queries. Also, these tools itself are not the large language models. These tools are the front end chatbot that is running on top of these large language models. So that you can interact with these large language models uh, with the language that you are using basically. So that is basically the basics of all these tools, large language models, prompting, and all. This video majorly is basically about prompting. What is the art behind prompting? What will be the good prompt? What are the mistakes associated with the prompt? and how to get a better result with your structured prompt basically. Now, why does the prompt design matters? This is a very basic question, and many of us are actually lacking the know-how or the context over here, that why any prompt is a very important part of interacting with these large language models. Uh, I will give you an example. So let's say you are actually running a business, a small business. It can be a very small business. Let's say you're running a shop, and in your shop there are a lot of people who you have hired to do a certain task within your job, be that be accounting, or be that be sales, or be that be like just handling your customers. Um, but when you have hired these people, you have not told them what you want them to do. So let's say you have hired three people and you have not told them what exactly you want to do in their day-to-day job, in your business, in your shop. Now these three people can see that they have been hired for something, but the context is not very clear, like what they need to do. So they can do, all three of them can do the same task, and uh, in that case, maybe there is a case that all three of them will do the sales job, but none of them will be there for accounting, or none of them there will be for handling the customers. So in that case, it will create a problem for you, right? Why? Because you have three people who can do sales, but none of them is doing accounting. But that is not their mistake, because they have been recruited in your job to do certain tasks, but you are not very clear to them what you want to do. The same is with AI. Now, how will AI know what you want it to do, or how will a large language model know what you want it to do? It is basically as good as what you will ask it to do, or what you will assign, what task you will assign to it. So let's say all these three people that you hired in your job are your language models, and you hired these language models to do certain tasks, but you have not clarified what task you want them to do. So they are doing just the task which they see is there. So the communication when you hired that you are hired for certain task is a prompt given to these three people. Very basic prompt, very vague prompt, but it is a prompt. On the other hand, if you have hired these people by saying that, okay, one of you needs to do the sales job, one of you needs to do the accounting job, one of you needs to handle the customer, then you would have actually assigned a work in a definitive matter to in a definitive way to all three of them, and all three of them have understood, like, okay, all the task of all three of them is different, and they need to do their job as per instructions. So this is actually the second time when you have given a detailed task is a better prompt to these three guys. In a similar way, you need to give a better prompt to the AI basically, or large language models, so that they can understand what you want it to do, or what task you want the LLMs or large language models to output to you. So that is why your prompt design is very much important, because it gives AI good instructions. It gives context to the AI, what you want out of it. And basically there is a simple saying that AI works as good as you give inputs to it. And that is not just with AI, with everything else. We have a saying that garbage in is equal to garbage out. So if you give poor prompts, poor understanding of what you want the AI to do or large language models to do, it will give you poor results. And that is the same thing that most of the people right now are doing. They are not actually giving the right context, right prompt to the AI to understand to make it understand what you want it to do. And that is why the prompt design is a very important thing. It can actually double your productivity when it is correctly designed, or when it is correctly structured. What is a right prompt design? I will show you later, because before we go into the right prompt design, uh, all of us has to understand what are the problems associated when you write a prompt to any of these tools or LLMs. So coming to the five common mistakes that people are actually doing when they are writing these prompts are actually shown on your screen now. uh, Most people actually are very vague when it comes to prompting. For example, people are usually writing the instructions in a very vague manner. For example, this example which I gave to you, that you hired three people, you asked them to do certain job, but you didn't give clear clarity which tasks you want them to do. So this is basically vagueness. You have not defined a set of instructions that you want to give to AI. Other problem is the information overload. Sometimes people, when it comes to prompting, think that a better prompt is where you give a lot of information. But again, no, that is the wrong criteria, because if you give a lot of information, a lot of random stuff, a lot of things for AI has a tendency to be confused, because it has so many things, so many training points, so many node points where it is trained on, that if you give multiple information, multiple questions, it tends to confuse different things with each other because of all its training data set and how it is structured. So you need to be very clear, be precise, and right on the point when it comes to AI. Example of these things, maybe I can explain with the practical examples. Right now I am on Perplexity Pro. So let's say I need to write a post on for my achievements over the last 1 year related to AI on LinkedIn. So then let's say I make a mistake that I have shown over here, that I will be vague. I will try to be vague. So in this case, what most people will do is write me a LinkedIn post for my achievements over the last year, right? Okay. This is what most people will do. That okay, thinking about straightforwardness, we will write it and press enter. Now, AI being AI will start drafting something, and it will press. You know how perplexity is structured, that it will go through different sources and it will start writing something. Now what you see here, I want you guys to actually see this result and analyze what it has written. uh, it has started writing the post which you asked it to do. Like, you wanted to write a LinkedIn post, it started writing the LinkedIn post. But now, a major thing which you have noticed, most of you might have noticed, some of you might have not noticed, is that it started putting random things. Successfully delivered major project initiative resulting in a quantifiable impact, example 20% increase in efficiency, dollar x in revenue, which is very random, very generic. None of it is of use to us, right? We cannot post it on LinkedIn. Some of us, we may even have to like spend 80% of rework onto this. And this is because of the same fact that garbage in is equal to garbage out. Now I have given a garbage um, prompt to for it to write a LinkedIn post for me for my achievements, and it has given me a garbage out, which is expected for me, because this is not a very well structured prompt. On the other hand, for the second mistake, information overload, I might do like a lot of things, like write me a LinkedIn post, and then I start writing. I want to be very polite in the post. Then I start writing, okay, post should be like a brand for my LinkedIn channel or profile. and then LinkedIn should send my profile or post to thousand 10,000 people. People should like my post, and basically a number of things which I can think about in my brain. So here you see, like, it's not about just LinkedIn post, but a number of things that I have no control over. I don't want to think about this when I'm writing posts, but still I'm giving this as information to the AI. And again, because this is like a multiple thing, it will tend to confuse it with a lot of other things, and it will basically miss the main objective or agenda, that is the LinkedIn post for my achievements over the last year related to AI. So this is a very major problem right now that most people are doing. You see, like, 70% of people are actually lost in this world. Then there are also problems related to missing context, which I explained to you, that you will not give right job, right idea, right thing to the AI to think about the outputs. And sometimes people who are very experienced or who have built a lot of tools will also be facing issues related to ignoring AI limits and privacy risk. So AI limits can be anything, like maybe the token limit. So some of you who are already working with this LLMs, the tools, AIs, they know that all of these tools have certain limit when it comes to generation of certain tasks, certain posts, certain outputs. They are limited by the number of inputs and outputs. It is basically like, I actually learned it with this example, that when you're going to buy certain things in the market, you have to spend certain amount to buy certain things, and then you can only get certain things with some money. So the same is with AI. You have to spend some tokens to actually send a query to the LLMs, and then you will only receive equivalent output of a query related to how many tokens you have spent. So it's like give and take. Uh, it can be related to those AI limits, or maybe AI limits in terms of practicality, that you want AI to actually clean your rooms, which of course cannot be done because it is a large language model and not a robot. So you need to always think in that way, that there are always certain limits associated with AI. And privacy risks, that means like certain personal information or personal things that shouldn't be shared with AI always have, people always make these mistakes with this kind of prompts, that they always share their personal things with the AI, and which is actually misused at a later stage. So of course there are a lot of problems, but these are the five most prevalent common mistakes that I have seen in the last few years when I was working with AI when it comes to get certain output. Um, yeah, so for these mistakes, I have already given you example what could be the bad examples. I want to actually skip to the part of the prompt structure and what is a good prompt before giving you good examples, which I will show you with the practical usage of the tools as well. So I will skip these slides, all of them, because they are not important right now. Later, once I've explained the structure of a good post, then I will explain you what are the good examples. But nonetheless, up until now, what we have learned with all these mistakes and everything, that please don't be vague when it comes to writing a prompt for the AI. Don't be vague. Don't overload stuff. Don't give it a number of information or a number of requests simply to just increase the length of the prompt. That is nowhere actually helping you at all. Don't skip the context. Context is very much important when it comes to take out certain tasks, or when it comes to make AI do certain tasks for you. You have to make AI understand what you want it to do. It is very important. Even in our corporate world, if you're hiring a consultant, if you're hiring people for doing certain job, if you are not telling them properly what you want them to do, they will not be able to help you in any manner. The same goes with these large language models, that until you tell them that what you want the large language model to do, it won't help you at all. Also, as it comes with the humans and people, that you cannot expect people to read your mind. The same goes with AI. It cannot read your mind. It is not a tool basically to understand you or your wishes. The tool is basically to know what you want it to do. And of course, don't share personal information with AIs at any point, because that can be used against you at later stages. With this, let's come to the anatomy of a perfect prompt. What a perfect prompt should be. Uh, so I always say to people that when you are writing a prompt for the language models or the tools, you need to be very, very accurate. You need to first, before even writing a prompt, you need to actually understand what you want to do, what you want AI to do basically. So you need to focus on the goal, you need to focus on the bigger picture. Then you need to define the inputs, what are related to that, outputs related to that. And when you're doing this, I always tell people that before even doing this, first understand how you would have done this same task if it would have been given to you. What information would you have need, what context you would have need, what inputs and outputs you have structure. So basically all this research, all this ideation needs to be done before writing a final prompt to the AI. So this is basically the goal or the initial phase that you have to do with with yourself, that can define all these constant, all these inputs, outputs and descriptions, and the main part, what you want the AI to do. Then, based on this research, this inputs, outputs, the descriptions, the main part, the goal, what you have to do is you have to filter it down to create a context which will explain AI about the backgrounds and the specifics of the task, the inputs and outputs of the task, the description of the task, which will give AI an understanding what is actually expected out of it. Then you need to format all of this structure so that you can actually mention about what output you want from the AI. And if possible, you have to assign a role as well. For example, let's say now I need to write a LinkedIn post, which I give you example as a bad example with perplexity. So in that case, what job is it related to? It is related to a writer's job, right? Writer's job or a branding specialist job. So you need to assign this role to AI, that think about yourself as a brilliant writer or someone who knows all the writing skills, the languages, the terminologies, and all those things. So that is basically assigning a role. What does assigning a role do with the prompt is basically it will help AI in look in certain direction only, in certain way only, and not on all the training points that it has been trained on. So all of this actually together creates a perfect prompt. So once you have done this, you can write a prompt with a proper goal, what you want to do, the context, what inputs, outputs, what information, what is the task, what the output would be, and then the format, what will be the output expected at the end out of AI, and a role that is associated with that particular job. So that is basically the anatomy of a perfect prompt. Uh, in this case, for the example, what I have given, maybe you can write like, for example, the goal, that the goal would be I want to write a LinkedIn post about the AI related achievements that I have done over the last 1 year. So this is already a goal, the initial thing which you want the AI to do. Now you will write what inputs and outputs are supposed. So the inputs in this case could be your achievements. So you will write my achievements over AI in last year includes understanding understanding the AI terminologies. Then maybe number two, certification for AI basics from XYYY Institute. Then deploying 3 AI based solutions for my agentic, for my, let's say, let's say business value creation field. And basically you can write in all the achievements. Then you can also write number of years of experience with AI. So I have been into the AI field for 2 years now. And then you can write what you have done in these 2 years. In these 2 years, I have reduced the time to finish XXYY task in my daily work by 50%. Then you write, I have leveraged AI skills to create 3 value streams in my daily work life. And again, a lot of things. And then you can ask it for the output. So I want output to be in a very professional tone with all these achievements and achievements. Make sure the branding for my profile is done along with the post, and the post should not exceed 1,000 words. This is context. And for the role at the end, you can write before you write post, make sure you assume that you are the best writer in the world with 10 years of experience in writing. Of course, you can actually change the order. You can put the role in the initial. That can give you a better result. It all depends. It is a hit and trial method. But all of these things can work. And then when you press enter, what you will notice is uh, the post or the output which will come is very tailored or specific to what you want on your LinkedIn profile. Of course, you still need to do certain changes, maybe or maybe not, maybe 10 to 20% changes, maybe not. But now you see this post is actually basically including all your achievements and your work that you have done with a very specific context and very specific output uh, terminologies that you have given the AI to work with. Now you can see the difference between this post that has been created and the post that was created before. It's like 100 times better results now when you have given all these prompts in a better way. This is basically the idea that how you can leverage the prompts. Um, all of this, like, it all points into the same direction, that be very specific and clear with prompts, provide rich context, set clear expectations, and assign proper roles with good examples. Don't be very vague. Vagueness is the worst mistake that you can ever do with these LLMs. Um, yeah, basically, AI is a uh, very powerful tool. LLMs are very powerful tool. These can help you do a lot of things, a lot of work in your day-to-day life in a very simpler manner. You can use them to maybe write a post. You can maybe use them for coding. You can use them maybe for creating websites. You can maybe use them for a lot of advanced things um, like creating books or writing books, creating videos, creating shorts for YouTube, or maybe you can even use AI to actually make a better prompt for yourself. So, for example, I have given this example for you to create a better prompt. You can also ask, what do you think would be a better prompt for the same thing that I have written? Or maybe a better way is to, you can copy your prompt. So whatever you have written above with all your understanding, maybe it is also not a very right prompt. So you can ask, can you reformulate the following prompt with uh, with all the knowledge you have about best prompting techniques, and then you can paste this, and then it can also write you the prompt for the task that you want it to do, and then it will give you a formulated prompt which is way better than what you can write. So you see, like, this is actually a prompt that I have given, but in a very formalized way, with all the specific techniques that I have seen, taught you over or shared with you over this video. So AI is a very powerful tool. It can be used for any number of things. You can write prompts, you can do web designing, you can design websites, you can deploy website, you can write posts, you can do um, you can do blogging or vlogging. These days, it's also like a lot of video or image models are coming. For example, Gemini, you can create videos, create images with Gemini tool. So there are a lot of powerful tools, a lot of chatbot based tools out there in the market that can help you do a lot of stuff for your day to day work. And this is very powerful tool. And in the coming few videos, which will be part of this how not to AI, I'll be sharing all those experiences, how to actually ask AI to do certain specific tasks, be that be website building or coding or certain agents, how to build those with all these LLMs. All of this I will share in upcoming videos. But for now, for this art of prompting, I would only say that the art of prompting is the art of precise communication. The better you communicate with these tools, the better will be your output. So before you start using these tools, make sure you master prompting, because if you master the prompting art, you will master the AI or these chatbot based tools. I would also suggest to practice real tasks, use a real world problem that you are facing in your day to day life, and use AI to solve these problems. Can you solve these problems? Can you utilize these tools to um, implement something in your um, day-to-day work or something? Build your libraries, keep your prompts at one place so that you can at later stage use them, or maybe build a tool that can store all these prompts, or a API based solution that can go. All of these things I will share in future videos, how to create these API based solutions and tools and agents. But for the people who already know, you can always build that. But in simple terms, if you don't know, just keep your prompts handy and saved somewhere. And of course, keep learning and improving, because we don't want to do garbage in and garbage out. We always want to build a better solution, and we always want to make our life easier. So if there is a powerful tool, let's make use of it. So with this, I will end this video. If you liked the video and the information that was shared within this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Uh, and also, maybe I'll give you a homework to all of you. You can actually try building the same kind of presentation with one of the AI tools, and maybe you can actually share me a prompt and the tool that you have used in the comment section for building this presentation. And I will try all the comments. I will try all the prompts and the tool which you have tried to build this presentation, and the best presentation that will come out of these prompts and tools, I will actually give a shout out in my next video. So please do comment with all of this prompt which you use to build this presentation with me, and I will try it out. Um, Also, this presentation was solely built by AI, as I already told you. And maybe you can also comment in the comment section what you want, which video you want me to come up next, to share with you all. What knowledge or learning experience you want me to share with you all. I will pick up one topic from one of these and also include a video in my upcoming video series about that. So don't forget to comment as well with all this information. Looking forward to your comments and looking forward to your usage and your experiences. So thank you very much, guys. See you in the next video.